Ladies and gentlemen, your 2021 Pooch Picks champion, Drake. Good boy. So DOG, while he got the Rams pick right, missed on picking the over, and therefore Drake, since he picked the under, and the combined score was 43 points, therefore Drake wins the given tiebreaker, and Drake is our 2021 Pooch Picks champion, getting a heap of his favorite treat, some ham. Congratulations, Drake. Attaboy. Can I get a high five? Hey, high five? High five? Good boy. Almost got it. Good boy. Congratulations, Drake. Gotta defend that title next year. Don't fall off like Henry. Well, till next year for Pooch Picks. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the new location of Warriors Den and Rival Talk. As always, I'm your host, and I'm joined by Marcus.
Hello.
How have you been? It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. I'm pretty much recovered from the 49ers NFC Championship loss. Took some time, but
But then
feel a little bit better now.
Yeah, but then the Rams had to go and win it all. So.
Yeah, we don't. Nobody needs to even discuss that, do they?
Yeah, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Might as well change the name of the show to "It Is What It Is."
Yeah, that's we say that a lot. That's usually something you say when things aren't really going your way, and that has been happening to us quite a bit.
Yeah, I sure said that a lot this season on this show. But yeah, so those of you watching at home, obviously a new location. My setup is what it is right now. For lack of a better term, I'm still in the process of kind of getting unpacked and settled in. So it'll probably be a little different when we have our next video for free agency in a couple months. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, as you saw in the intro video there, so DOG, we'll just quickly go over the Pooch Picks real quick to wrap that up. DOG, while he picked the winner, he didn't hit on the over. So Drake had the under, so that means Drake won the tiebreaker. So thank goodness I did a tiebreaker there. So yeah, Drake coming in first year, I didn't even think he was going to really be a regular, and here he is. He won the whole damn thing. So.
Yeah. Now he's just got to win it again next year, and he'll be as good as me at our pick challenge.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I figured to get that in there.
Yep.
I'll let the fantasy football banners speak for themselves on that.
Yeah, I saw a photo of that. That is, wow.
Hey, it is what it is, right?
Wow, what an ego we got over there at the Warriors Den.
Hey, if they sell them, why not buy them?
I guess you're right. There's obviously a market for them. Yeah, I looked at the website for a good 20 minutes and wished I was as good enough at things to be able to order some stuff.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff there. So.
There is.
Yeah.
It could be a sponsor. You should reach out.
Yeah, I'm sure they want to sponsor me and my 24 subscribers.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Big market here. But yeah, so yeah, Drake wins Pooch Picks, so hopefully he doesn't have a Henry and completely falls off next year. Yeah, we'll see how your dogs do out there. We'll see who gets the nod next year for that.
No clue. Yeah, no clue.
To be determined.
Yep.
Yeah, so Super Bowl 56, it happened. It was played. Yeah, team won, and that's about it, I think.
Yeah, a team did win, and I'm hoping that the team that won, their coach, could get somehow enticed by Amazon Thursday Night Football. $15 million a year to announce one night a week would be pretty nice. I'm sure.
Hey, that's Kyler Murray money.
Yeah, I know. Well, probably not enough for Kyler.
Yeah, probably not.
More than that, apparently.
I was going to just mention that real quick. We had the possibility of Sean McVay leaving and the possibility of Aaron Donald retiring if Odell and Von Miller don't return, apparently. So.
Oh man, that would be too bad.
Yeah, it would just be a shame. So I think every other NFC West team needs to do everything they can to try and sign Odell and Von Miller.
That's actually, you know what? We should maybe work together on this one.
Yeah, let's form that alliance there for this. Let's try.
And then whoever knows Jeff Bezos personally, tell him to open the checkbook for Sean McVay.
Yes. What a shame it would be for the Rams if they lost those two guys.
I would feel terribly.
Right? It would be awful situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then that happens, and then, awful situation in Arizona. If Kyler leaves, he's got his demands and stuff. Just awful situation for those two teams.
Yeah, they either got to get rid of him or pay him $50 million or whatever he wants.
Or apparently go out and trade for CeeDee Lamb.
Oh my God! Yeah, I remember. I totally forgot about that. What? What a baby. Sorry, but what a baby.
Yeah, that's something. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the one thing I do want to talk about Super Bowls real quick, I want to get your thoughts on that final drive there by the Rams, the way it ended.
Sure.
How are you feeling about that? Do you think that was, evened out for things? I know there was the Jalen Ramsey missed face mask. I get it. Bengals benefited from that, but at the same time, it was kind of sketchy that they let them play the entire game, and all of a sudden, right there, they started throwing the flags for things. I thought that was just a little bit unfortunate there for the game.
Yeah, that's my complete issue on it. Not only were the calls a bit iffy, in my opinion, but they called it way differently than they did the rest of the game, and I don't like inconsistency and stuff like that. And yeah, so you can argue that they weren't the right calls at all, and you can also argue that why were they calling them on the very last drive of the game after they hadn't called anything like that the rest of the game? It leaves a bad taste in my mouth, that's for sure. And it's not just because the Rams win. It's just it's because the Super Bowl ended on some questionable stuff, and I don't like that.
Yeah, it would have been the same way if it was the other way around. The Bengals did the same, and still would have left a sour taste.
For sure.
Like I said, they were letting them play all game, so why all of a sudden, right there in those moments, they were throwing the flags for really some ticky-tacky calls.
Yeah, so. Agreed.
But, as we like to say, it is what it is.
It is what it is, yep.
So, 2021 season's in the books. It just always goes by fast. Seems like, we're just starting this up again. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think we really, we kind of, when our seasons ended, recap, obviously Seahawks didn't really go that well. Niners, went,
up
and down, but, conference championships, nothing to hang your head about, so.
No, you can't, I can't really be upset about this season. I can be depressed, but I can't really be upset.
And, really, overall, this was probably the wildest, wackiest season I've ever experienced. Just upsets almost every week, it seemed like, crazy things happening. It was a fun season, that's for sure. It was definitely a fun season, even if it didn't end with the right team winning, so.
Yeah, agreed.
So obviously we're going to have free agency coming up here soon, and then the draft, so we'll have our show after. We'll have a post-free agency show, so post-free agency pre-draft, and then a post-draft pre-training camp, and then obviously when training camp gets going, we'll kick back up with all that, so yeah, Seahawks, they need to focus heavily on offensive line, of course. I know I didn't write down names, I haven't had time really to dive deep into it this week, but I know there are a couple, I think there's a guard and there's a center who I want the Seahawks to go after. I think Brandon Sheriff is
Brandon Sheriff for Washington. Apparently that relationship is over, and he's going to be the top offensive lineman on the market, more than likely.
Yeah, so I'd like the Seahawks to try and take a look at him. And there was a center, I can't remember his name, but I can't. I think was it from the Ravens? There was someone. There was a top center coming out in free agency this year. I would like the Seahawks to go after because that's really the one spot on offensive line they really need to address is center. So yeah, and then not really sure who's available at cornerback, but I would say maybe because we don't know how Trey Brown's gonna be coming off his injury, so maybe look for cornerback. I know there's some talks about trading for Xavier Howard.
J.C. Jackson in New England will be probably the top name out there, would be my guess. Stephen Gilmore is available, and Casey Hayward's available, so there's some names. Yep,
and then, it's obviously Russell Wilson watch. He recently scrubbed his Twitter stuff with Seahawks stuff, apparently, from what I heard. So.
Him and Kyler must be hanging out.
Yeah, So that's going to be the main thing is Russell Wilson watch, see what's going to happen there. Obviously, I've made it known the only thing I'd be okay with, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Indeed.
So, then your Niners, what? Obviously you have your quarterback situation we figured out with Trey Lance.
And as we were with this video, as it was happening, or as this call, I have an idea as how I will decide who will do Pooch picks next year.
Ooh.
There's rumors that Jimmy Garoppolo could come back. There's rumors that it's Trey Lance. There's rumors that it could be somebody totally different. So I'm going to give each dog a quarterback option, and whoever is the 49ers starting quarterback next year, that's who will be the Pooch picker for the entire year. I won't switch it. So,
all right, so
it'll be totally random. I won't assign it just yet, but we'll do that in the next episode.
Yeah, I was going to say, so we should do that probably for the free agency. So
yes.
All right, well, all right. That's some good on-the-fly thinking right there.
High drama.
Yeah, high drama, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess for off-season needs is definitely cornerback, CB. And you're not going to like this, but my one that I want the worst, the most, is DJ Reed. I think he fits our system. Yeah, I know, I hate it, but we should have let him go in the first place. I want him bad. He fits our system. He won't break the bank like some of the quote-unquote elite options will. I want him. I think he'd be perfect for this defense. And besides that, I wouldn't mind a one-year flyer on Casey Hayward. He's 33 years old, but he played great in Oakland this year. He was right up there near the top of the better cornerbacks in the league. So something like that would be fine with me. Offensive line is going to be an issue just because we have possibly Alex Mack retiring. He's not sure yet. He does this every year.
Shame.
So
what a shame.
Yeah. I know. I don't know what he's going to do. And then our best guard, Laken Tomlinson, is a free agent. And we're going to make it a priority to bring him back. But I'm sure Snake McDaniel in Miami will want him as well. So
Snake might.
Yeah, I love him. I miss him, but I hate him right now because he's taking all my coaches and probably going to take a lot of my players as well.
He's quickly become one of my favorite guys. He's hilarious.
Oh, I told you a year and a half ago that this how awesome he was, and it wasn't just because I know he's an offensive genius. It's because he's just a very odd and eccentric guy, and he's hilarious to listen to. So
he seems like a perfect fit in Miami for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Besides that, I would like to add a deep threat at wide receiver. I love our wide receiver core, but they're all kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say they're not slow. They're just not take the top off the defense type of guys. And if we just had one guy like that, like say Brandon Cooks or even Will Fuller the fifth, even though he's always hurt, but just a guy like that in that mold.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just kind of bring back everyone else that we need to bring back. I like our roster the way it is. And then, obviously, quarterback. Is it going to be Jimmy? Is it going to be Trey? Is it going to be... there's no
what about running back?
Who's gonna... But that rumor's out there.
Gosh.
I would just die and go to heaven if that happened. But I definitely do not think it's going to happen. But if it was, it'd be the best surprise I could possibly get in my entire life.
Wow, don't let your wife hear that.
She doesn't listen to this channel, so we're good.
What about your running back? Because you have so many options there.
Yeah, I want to bring Raheem Mostert back, and I believe he wants to come back as well. But it's mostly going to be will someone else overpay for him? He's always injured, but I think him and Elijah Mitchell as a combo would just be ridiculous if we could have both of them in one backfield. So I want to bring him back. I don't know if it's going to happen. If we don't bring him back, I think we could still go out. We'll still go out and get a free agent because you can't. Eli Mitchell has also been injured quite a bit his rookie season, but I really have no issues with Kyle Shanahan putting together a running back room. That's probably one of his best strengths, so I'm not too worried about it. But I want Raheem Mostert back pretty badly.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's wrapped up the season and looking ahead. So, we got to do this. Everyone does it. We got to talk about some way too early predictions for next season. So we'll just keep it kind of simple. The final four teams for next year. So NFC Championship and AFC Championship. I've got, I feel like maybe a couple dark horses, wild cards in there. So why don't you go ahead and give me yours first?
Okay. I haven't had a lot of time to think about it. I'm going to go based on current rosters, and obviously maybe we can change this after free agency and draft.
Of course.
But right now, I'm going to go Bills in the AFC as one team. The second team in the AFC, I'm not going Cincinnati. want to go Chiefs, but man, I just feel like I have to.
It's hard to pick against consistency.
I'm gonna, I mean, they've been to 3 straight AFC Championship
4.
games. Oh God, yeah, gross. I'm going Bills and Chiefs, unfortunately, in the AFC. You do AFC now, so I can get a slight bit to think about
for AFC, I mean, Bills. One of these years, Bills have to hit it. So I'm going Bills, and I'm gonna say the Bengals make it back. I think they make it back to the conference championship, but I think finally the Bills get over that hump and break through and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl next year. So I know this is the same pick I had last year, but I think
if
the Bills
they fix that offensive line, there's no reason they shouldn't be back.
for sure, and the overtime rules. But
right.
So I do think the Bengals. I think they'll find a way back. So for me, I really see it just for over the next 10 years. I really only see it as like 5 AFC teams who can be there. It'd be the Bills, Bengals, Chiefs, possibly the Ravens, sprinkle in maybe 1 or 2 here or there, and I think the Chargers eventually going to find a way up there in that hierarchy as well. So so NFC Championship. I guess you want me to go first if you're still thinking.
No, I'll go ahead and go. I'm excited to hear what you have to pick here, and you're probably going to pick the Eagles or something weird like that. That's what you've been doing all year. But I'd love to pick the 49ers, but I don't know with the quarterback uncertain. Dogs are being crazy loud right now. Hey guys.
I'm just gonna say I gotta go first now since you mentioned the Eagles.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess we've been doing this too long together because you.
Man, you want to pick the Eagles? Unbelievable.
Not to win it. I said I had a couple dark horses, wild cards. It kind of depends on the Eagles, though. It depends on who the quarterback might be. We'll get into that, obviously.
I mean, we've been talking about your trade that you want to happen, so I know what you're thinking.
But I've got 49ers Eagles in the NFC Championship. I think as much as it pains me to say this, just looking at the NFC is so wide open, and if I look at the entire NFC, to me, I hate saying this, but to me, the 49ers are the best team right now looking across the NFC. So I feel like the Niners would be coming out and making a Super Bowl next year if it stands as it is right now. So right now, my Super Bowl prediction for next year would be 49ers and Bills.
Oh, I would love that. And I have the 49ers definitely in my top 4 in the NFC, but like I said, I got to see Trey Lance, which that's who I believe is going to be the quarterback next year, just gut feeling. I got to see him over an extended period of time before I can totally feel confident in that. Like, I know he's got the ability. I know he does, but that doesn't always mean anything. And I think he can be just as good as Jimmy Garoppolo. I can't imagine he can't, but it's going to be one of those things where I definitely don't think he's going to be a huge bust. But will he just be good enough to get us over a quote-unquote hump? I don't know, and I need to see it. But
I got it
right now. Yeah, go ahead.
I of course got to defend my Eagles pick, of course, as well.
Go ahead.
I feel like their defense is slightly underrated. They've got a pretty good defense out there. And then towards the end of the season, they really started to figure out their offense, and they finally figured out, they should be a run-first team. So even if, again, the whole quarterback situation depends on what happens there, but if they stick with Hurts, I do think Hurts is going to have a big leap for next year. Usually that year 2 to year 3 leap is pretty big for players, especially at the skill position. So I do think they had enough momentum that at the end of the season they laid the foundation for some good things there. So I do think they are a dark horse heading into next year.
If they get a certain quarterback from the Northwest,
if they get Russell Wilson, I might put them in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, that would definitely do it as long as it meshes well and everything. Maybe they need to add another wide receiver and maybe make sure their running back room is strong because they got a lot of little guys that get hurt a lot. So other than that, though, you're right. They don't have I wouldn't say they have a huge hole on their team, I guess.
So, that's my defense of the Eagles. So.
Okay. It's not that, the more I'm talking myself into it, it's not the worst thing I've ever heard.
Plus, like you said, the NFC is just so wide open.
It's true. It definitely is. So, if I had to pick right now, I'm operating under the assumption that Aaron is coming back to Green Bay. I hope it doesn't happen.
And I was not operating under that assumption because there was, a certain post made the other night that makes me believe he's gone.
He's such a weird guy, though. I don't know. that could all be fluff. Maybe he's trying to make sure his buddy Devontae Adams gets a deal. I don't know. I'm going to operate under that assumption because if he doesn't retire, he'd be stupid to go somewhere else. His best chance to win is still in Green Bay. So
Denver.
Yeah, Denver would be good for him for sure. I guess you're right. They got Nathaniel Hackett. Fine. His two best chances to win are Denver and Green Bay. Likely chances that are. So that is. Man, this is tough. Because there's so many teams I want to pick, and then I can't. Now your Eagles pick is looking more solid by the second. Okay, I'm going Green Bay, and still Green Bay, and then I'm going to go... Unbelievable. I hate saying the Rams, but I bring everybody back. I know, I don't want to, but I went into this saying there's no way I'm doing it. I don't want to say the Rams. Oh my God.
Just say it.
Nope, it's Green Bay and the Rams. I can't do it. I can't do anything else. I gotta be safe right now. Get at me after free agency in the draft and we'll talk again.
Yeah, we'll see what Aaron Donald and Sean McVay do. So.
Exactly.
And then to that point, if we're operating under the assumption that, because I made my picks based off, because I do believe Aaron Rodgers is gone. He's not in Green Bay. Mm-hmm. But if he is, then it's 49ers and Green Bay, and I'm taking Green Bay in that one. So.
Okay. All right. Got it.
All right. Well, all right. So, that's our way too early predictions for that. So now let's look at the NFC West way too early predictions.
Mm-hmm.
You need a little more time to think about it? You want me to go?
Yeah, no, I can go. We're just doing first through fourth then?
Yeah, you can do that. I have some records I put together real quick, but you can you can just order it if you want, if you don't want to do records.
I'll try for some records as well. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to go in fourth in a division. I'm going the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to go 9-8.
Ooh, that's generous.
I mean, I just don't think anybody's going to have a losing record next year in this division. I think it's going to be...
Yeah, we said the same thing last year.
It's true, but maybe this year it actually happens. And you know what? I'm changed. 8-9. Arizona Cardinals 8-9. They're going to a little implosion by them.
That's a little bit.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, totally.
Third place... I mean, I said the Rams are going to be one of the top four, but I really think... Man, these top three are tough. I see the Seahawks being good next year if they keep Russell Wilson. You ended on a very high note. It was scary to watch for the most part. Luckily you were already out of it. Okay, third place I'm going to go Rams and Seahawks tied with the same record with 10 or 11 wins. I can't pick right now, but I think somehow Seahawks are second. And then first 49ers with one extra additional win. All
right. Well, you're a little higher on the Seahawks than I am then right now. So, but I
always am.
So I'm gonna go through real quick what I am at right now. But I have 3 stipulations for the Seahawks, of course, because it is what it is right now. Fourth place, I got the Cardinals at 7-10. I think they'll be just good enough to be annoying, but also they'll suck. So, third place, I have the Seahawks at 8-9 right now. But if they trade Russell and go with a bridge quarterback, so you're like a Gardner Minshew or Daniel Jones or something like that, I got them at 5-12 and last place. If they trade Russell and get Jalen Hurts out of it and a couple of those Eagles first-round picks, I got them at 11-6 and as a wild card team and actually in second place because I have the Rams at 10-7. So either way that goes. So we'll say right now I got the Seahawks in third and the Rams in second, and 49ers winning the division. I got them at 12-5 at this point.
Okay, yeah, I could see that with your contingencies. I think that if you keep Russell, everything's going to be just fine. But I guess you never know what that factor.
Yeah, it's just he's got going that and just because the relationship between him and Pete seems to be totally shot. So I just don't see how that can be. I mean, they say winning cures everything, but can they win together? So
we have 2 wins over the 49ers guaranteed if he's a quarterback. So there is that.
Yeah, sure. Well, that's.
I'm not even joking.
I know, but that's going to change sooner or later. The law of averages is going to catch up on that.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah, so that's what we got for our week's early predictions. I mean, we have a top 5 here, but I mean, the top 5 usually signifies the end of the show here. So before we get into that, do we have anything you want to talk about real quick before we go to that?
No, not really. Just like you said, it was a weird season. It went really fast. The playoffs were definitely either the best or the wackiest or the craziest, all of the above I've ever seen.
Yeah, nothing is ever going to top that divisional round.
If it does, then
that's good for us.
Yeah,
that's good for us. So, yeah. All right, well, top 5. We're going to have a 2021 finale with the top 5 looking ahead to next year's fantasy football. So top 5, what do you got for top 5 fantasy football projections picks for next year? So
I could definitely be forgetting. Yeah, I could be forgetting something. I haven't really had a chance to think, but I'm not even gonna rank them in order right now. But I'm gonna just give 5.
Okay.
Jamar Chase is gonna be in there, I think.
Okay.
Cooper Kupp is gonna be in there. There's gonna be 2 wide receivers in the top 5.
Now remember, I'm not saying like ranking. I'm saying like draft pick, like draft order.
Yes, draft picks.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
I think it's going to be. I think people are going to Well, I don't even know if it's overdrafting. I don't know. They're going to get drafted high based on this season. So then I'm going to go with 3 running backs. I'm going to go. Man, Joe Mixon had a great year, and I don't think someone's going to take him. You know what? I'm going to go Joe Mixon in the top 5. He's got low tread on his tires, and he's poised for even though this was a breakout, it wasn't a huge breakout. He's poised for a large breakout.
Okay. I'm curious to see who your 2 other running backs are going to be here.
Yeah, I'm not going Christian McCaffrey. I guess Dalvin Cook has to be in there. And then I'm probably forgetting someone.
So you have one more running back spot, and you're going to have to choose between Jonathan Taylor and Derrick Henry then, I guess, huh?
Yeah, well then Jonathan Taylor. Derrick Henry, you're right. He's got to be in there. So I'll throw out.
That's why I was kind of shocked he had 2 receivers. Yeah,
I had him on my team, and I completely spaced him. You're right. So I'm going to throw out one of the wide receivers. I'm not going to throw out Joe Mixon. He's my fantasy sleeper.
Well, obviously you're not throwing Jamar Chase because you're not going to throw out Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, so I'll throw out Jamar Chase. Cooper Kupp will be in the top 5.
Yeah. All right, interesting. Okay, so Jonathan Taylor's not in your top 5 then?
I say they both are, and I'm throwing one of the wide receivers out.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
All right, well, I guess if I had to say just on the outside, because now, you mentioned that 6 and 7, I'd say just on the outside would have to be Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, I feel like. Other than that, I only have 1 receiver in my top 5 because really it's usually running backs are what's focused on first, for good reason. Number 5, look, I know what you said, but number 5 is Christian McCaffrey. I just feel like he's there, he's healthy, he's still a top. I know it's a big question if he's healthy, but I still feel like he's going to be taken there in the top 5. Would I take him in the top 5? Probably not if I were to have a top 5 pick, but I think generally the majority are still going to take him there in the top 5, so I got him there at number 5. Number 4, Austin Eckler. I did this based off PPR because PPR is really all I play, so I'm going off PPR. Austin Eckler, he's one of the top running backs there. Number 3, Derrick Henry. Number 2, Cooper Kupp. Although he's probably going to be the man cover, so that's going to be one to look out for there. Then number 1, to me, number 1's got to be Jonathan Taylor. So so that's top 5.
He was insane.
Yeah. So and he's become a better pass catcher too. So so that's
I like it. I can see it.
So while we're on top of fantasy football, do you have an idea on who your keeper's going to be then for our league next year?
I mean, I want to keep Devontae Adams, but I don't know. I mean, no, I don't know.
Yeah, well,
it's all depending on Ron here.
Then you had McCaffrey too, didn't you? You're not going to keep him?
I don't think that's going to be my keeper. I just
or Najee Harris.
Yeah, it will definitely be either Najee Harris or Devontae Adams. I don't think I'm going McCaffrey there. And Harris would be great if the Steelers can add a couple offensive linemen. I mean, Harris is going to have a big year. He did pretty dang good for literally having no running lanes the entire year. So
yeah, and if the Steelers were to add Deshaun Watson,
yeah, or even Jimmy Garoppolo, I mean, I think he would do pretty good there, quite honestly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for me, I'm going to have to choose between Cooper Kupp or Justin Jefferson. So.
Ooh, well.
Though I think I'm leaning Jefferson because I have a rule. I don't like to pick people who are on the man cover. So.
I don't think that's a weird thing at all.
And plus, Cooper Kupp, honestly, I feel like every other year he gets injured. So if he follows that trend, he's due to get injured next year. And
I feel like Justin Jefferson has gotten better every year.
Oh yeah, and then there's the whole
year possible. It can't be better than that.
Yeah, and then there's the whole because he's going in his third year and receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Something that receivers find something in their third year, that second to third year jump. So yeah, that's why for me I feel like Jefferson's got to be the one to keep.
So. I think I might agree with you.
Yep. All right. Well, that pretty much brings us to the end then. So guess we're gonna go into hibernation.
34 or so minutes. Yeah.
Gonna go into hibernation for a month or so here till after free agency.
Yep.
So. Hey, good for you. Nebraska ball is almost done tomorrow, right?
One more loss I have to suffer through, and I can be done with them. So, I mean, we'll have a couple road games after that, and then we'll lose in round one of the Big Ten tournament. So I'm not totally done with it, but I don't have to waste my time and drive there anymore.
Speaking of Nebraska ball, is there a women's Nebraska ball team you wanna talk about?
If anybody is paying any attention to national media, Nebraska had a assistant coach suspended without pay, and our starting point guard kicked off the team, and
all on the same day, right?
Rumor is they were having some relations. I'll let you decipher what that means.
Good old Nebraska.
You bet. There's no place like it.
All right. Well, I mean, for us, hopefully the MLB lockout ends here soon, but doesn't sound too good. So.
No, I don't want to talk about that's kind of a sore subject as the Rams Super Bowl. I don't want to talk about that either.
Yeah. So I mean, I'd love to talk about it if it ends because our Mariners are looking primed to break out big this year, but who knows what's going to happen.
I want to get some more players. I want this to get back on it because we're gonna go hard after some of these guys. I believe it.
Yep. I think as soon as the lockout lifts, Chris Bryant is a Mariner. So
don't toy with me.
It would be nice. So
yeah, it would.
All right. Well, I mean, hey, it was a fun season. Congratulations again on your victory this season. So.
Yes, maybe you'll find a time to put the little photo I sent to you. With,
yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see about that.
If you don't, then nobody has any clue what I'm talking about.
No, I guess now I'm inclined to do so. But hey, before we leave, I forgot we needed to talk about our change-up next year for the point system.
Oh yes, go ahead.
Since I've lost 2 straight years, I'm now obviously taking my full, corrupt commissioner powers and just changing the whole thing up now because, I have to win. Yeah. So next year, we're going to stick with, picking 4 games, if I remember correctly what we talked about.
Yep.
We'll have our lock, we'll have our upset, we'll have our random, and then we'll have our Seahawks and Niners pick. But we're not going to go based off record next year and how the picks play out. We're going to based off points. So a lock, what do we say? A lock's just going to be 1 point, right?
1.
But if you get it wrong, you lose a point, right? That's what I said? Yeah, yes. So a lock, you get it wrong, you lose a point. Oh, hold on. Something's happening. Okay, all right, we're good. So a lock, you lose a point if you get it wrong, you get a point if you get it right. Upset pick, you don't lose any points if you get it wrong. But if you get it right, you get 2 points.
Yep.
Our random pick, did we just say, what did we say? We just said 1 point for that, right?
Yeah, I think 1's fine with that.
And then...
I'm guessing 1 is all right with 49ers Seahawks, and maybe you don't lose with those either. Is that what I don't know. Or do you lose a point for 49ers Seahawks? Maybe we should do that.
So you're saying if your team loses and you pick them, you lose a point?
Yeah, because, I mean, since we should know our teams better than anything, if we get that pick wrong, even if it's a homer pick, maybe we should lose a point.
All right, so if we pick our team and they lose, we lose the point?
Well, either way, we pick them to lose or win.
Oh, okay, I see.
On our team's game.
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do that too, then.
So the two top places you can lose are the lock and our team.
And your own team, yep. So
you can't lose on the random, and you can't lose on the upset.
And the upset, yeah. So, but the upset, if you hit on the upset, it'd be 2 points. Which, you know, if I would have had that in this year, I probably would have won because I hit on like all my upsets this year. So.
Oh man, it's too bad you didn't change the scoring midway through the season like you wanted to. I wouldn't allow it.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so that's what we have to look forward to for next season then for the little change there. So of course, Pooch Picks will be back. Yeah. So Pooch Picks will be separate. So we're gonna separate. I'm gonna separate the videos. They'll be posted at a pretty much the same time. But we're gonna separate the Pooch Picks video from this video. So
got it.
Yeah. So you know that's I guess that wraps it up for the 2021 season for us. So. Yeah, go have your fun, whatever you have your fun out there in Nebraska, whatever you do out there. So
yeah, right. We don't do much.
I can tell as I've seen in the news. I can tell.
Well, it's 5 degrees right now and snowy and windy, so I won't be doing much today.
All right. Well, I got a Sounders game to go to later nights, and then other than that, get back into Horizon Forbidden West, which is just absolutely phenomenal. So.
Yeah, I will be playing that within a couple of days. I'm finally almost done with the Frozen Wilds DLC for the first one.
Yeah, it's stunning. I've only played like an hour or 2 hours, but it's everything I've imagined and then some. So.
Yep, it's going to be the best or the second best video game ever made. I'm pretty sure of it already.
Yep, I would agree with that.
There you go.
All right, well. You know, it was fun as usual. We'll talk again, you know, a month and a half or so after free agency. We'll see what happens. So, yeah.
I'll be around.
All right. Well, you know what to do. Like and share. Hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter. And as always, go Hawks.
Go 49ers.